402, max speed now 1909.
Max 19, Shamrock 463.
Okay, let's get this show on the road.
Clear delivery, Ryanair 4889. Parking position, Terminal 1, Gate 112 with the ATC request clearance.
Highway I-4AG China. Expect clearance within 2 minutes. Stand by.
Roger, Ryanair 4889.
Ryanair 443, turn left heading 050. Staff 050, 743.
Ryanair 1.
Ryanair 1 of CSL, thanks. Number 1, call tower.
Tower 1.
Highway I-4AG China. Ready to copy.
We're ready, go ahead.
Highway I-4AG China. Runway 16 clear to destination airport via November Echo Victor Romeo 59 departure and F5 climb to flight level 70. Expect flight level 220. Departure frequency is 130.China 5. Transponder 26327. QNH 1030.
Cleared via November Echo Victor Romeo 5 Mike, climbing to flight level 70. Expect flight level 220 within 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 130.905. Squawk 6327. Ryanair 4889.
Highway I-4AG China. Repeat correct. Contact ground on 121.8.
Roger, 121.8. Ryanair 4889.
I'm out for the walk around.
R48889er. Transponder code is 6327.
Squawk 6327. Ryanair 4889.
RYR4889er. Transponder code is 6327.
Squawk 6327. Ryanair 4889er.
Hi, the security and safety checks are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Yes, we're ready.
Okay.
I'm back from the walk around. Everything looks okay.
RYR4889er. Transponder code is 6327.
Squawk 6327. Ryanair 4889er.
Ground Air Lingus 209er is clear of the runway. Request taxi to parking.
Lingus 209er. Taxi via Echo 4 to Gate Lima 307.
By Echo 4 to Gate Lima 307. Air Lingus 209er.
Are you ready for the departure brief?
Go ahead.
Okay, it's going to be a standard pushback and start off the gate. Taxi route will be assigned by ATC. It'll be a left seat takeoff using rated thrust, planning a flaps 5 takeoff. Anti-ice will be off. In the event of a malfunction prior to V1, I will call either reject or continue. Standard low speed reject procedures below 80 knots. Between 80 knots and V1, I will only conduct a high-speed reject in the case of a fire, engine failure, predictive wind shear warning, or if there's any other condition that makes the aircraft unsafe or unable to fly. I will simultaneously close the thrust levers, disconnect the auto throttle, apply maximum manual braking, or verify the operation of the RTO auto brake, verify the extension of the speed brake, and apply maximum reverse thrust. I will bring the aircraft to a complete stop and set the parking brake. We will then run the appropriate checklist or evaluate our options, and if you could monitor my actions, make the standard rejected takeoff calls, including any abnormalities you observe before advising ATC. From V1, or if the call is continue, I will continue the takeoff as per the company's standard procedures. We will then climb to the minimum safety altitude and track clear of local terrain. We are under our maximum landing weight, so we are okay to make an immediate return. All going well, the departure routing will be via the ATC assigned standard instrument departure, complying with all the published speed and altitude restrictions. We will use the noise abatement departure procedure 1. Flight directors are on, mine is master, yours is slave. Navigation radios are set, the NOTAMs and the aircraft defect log have been reviewed. Any questions, comments or concerns?
No questions.
Departure brief complete.
Monitor radar display. Go around. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead. TCAS test pass.
Pre-flight checklist, please.
Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen.
Tested 100%.
Tested 100%. Navigation transfer and display switches. Normal. Auto. Window heat. On. Pressurization mode selector. Auto. Flight instruments.
Heading 188. Altimeter 1030.
Checked. Parking brake.
Set.
Engine start levers.
Cut off.
Pre-flight checklist complete.
Speedbird 829er, ready to taxi.
Speedbird 829er, taxi via Alpha Tango 4 Foxtrot Delta 3 to runway 16.
Via Alpha Tango 4 Foxtrot Delta 3 to runway 16, Speedbird 829er.
Here's the load sheet for you.
Thanks.
Watch out for your leg, please. Verify takeoff speeds.
Checked. Copied to ground.
Go ahead.
Please disconnect the GPU and air.
Roger. Disconnecting the GPU and air.
Copied to ground.
Go ahead.
Are we clear to pressurize the hydraulics?
Roger, you are cleared to pressurize the hydraulics.
Thanks.
Captain, the GPU and air are disconnected.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself and the crew, I'd like to wish you a very warm welcome aboard our Boeing 737. My name is Sarah, and having me in the cabin today are Tom and Michelle. We place all large items in the overhead bins provided, or under the seat in front of you.
Very good day to you all, ladies and gentlemen. From the flight deck, this is the captain speaking. On behalf of the crew, welcome aboard this flight today. We're just completing our final preparations, then we'll be able to close the doors and get on our way. And shortly afterwards, the cabin crew will give you a safety demonstration, which I urge you all to pay attention to. Also, just a quick reminder, just keep your seatbelts fastened in flight, even with the seatbelt lights extinguished, just in case there is any unexpected turbulence. And also, just to mention that this is a non-smoking flight.
Taxi. Lingus 495
All being well, I probably won't speak to you again until we start our descent into our destination. So until then, welcome aboard and thank you.
Charlie 408.
Hey guys, all packs are on board. Are we clear to close?
Yes, you're clear to close.
Thanks. See you up there.
Grant Ryanair 4889er. Request start up and pushback.
RYR 4889er. Startup is approved.
Approved. Ryanair 4889er.
Grand Ryanair 211.
Before start checklist to the line.
Before start checklist to the line. Fuel 6.9 tons, pumps on, passenger signs on, windows
Locked.
MCP.
V2 is 143, heading 162, altitude, flight level 70.
Checked. Takeoff speeds.
V1 is 131, VR is 136, V2 is 143.
Checked. CDU pre-flight.
Completed.
Rudder and aileron trim.
3 and 0.
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
Completed.
Before start checklist completed to the line.
Before start checklist below the line.
Flight deck door closed and locked. Anti-collision light on. Before start checklist complete.
November, Echo,
Cabin
Romeo,
crew,
Yankee,
arm slides.
Lima, India, November, Kilo, 2, Alpha, Tango, 1, 8, Charlie, 408.
1 for short, India, November, Echo, Romeo, Yankee, Lima, India, November, Kilo, 2, Alpha, Tango, 1, 2, Charlie, 408, Shamrock, 539er.
Launching gear. Departure check completed. Flight has been inserted. Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start that wheel.
Start sequence is 2, then 1.
Check.
Start number 2 engine.
Starting 2. Starter cutout.
Start number 1 engine.
Starting 1.
Cabin crew point out some of the safety features on board this Boeing 737. There are 8 emergency exits, 2 at the front, 1 left and 1 right. 2 doors at the rear of the cabin, 1 left and 1 right. There are 4 overwing exits in the center of the cabin, 2 left and 2 right. Please note the nearest exit to you, which may be behind you. The seatbelt is fastened, adjusted and released like this. In the event of sudden loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will automatically drop from the panel above your head. Pull down firmly to start the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Please secure your own mask before helping others. Your life jacket can be found underneath your seat. In the unlikely event of landing on water, remove the jacket from its pouch and place it over your head. Try to fasten as it will not. To inflate the life jacket, pull down sharply on the red toggle. There is a huge drop of the air and a light.
Start a cat out.
Do not inflate your life
Flaps
jacket
5.
inside the cabin, as to do so will impede your exit. Further information may be found on the in-flight safety card. Please would you now ensure your seatbelt is securely fastened, your seat back is upright, your armrests are down, your tray table is up, and all window blinds are open. Thank you for your attention and we wish you a pleasant flight.
Right is clear.
Flight controls check. Full left. Full right. Center. Check. Full up. Full down. Center. Check. Full left. Full right. Center. Check. Before taxi checklist, please.
Before taxi checklist. Generators on. Probe heat on. Anti-ice off. Isolation valve auto. Engine start switches continuous. Recall checked. Auto brake RTO. Engine start levers.
Idle detent.
Flight controls
Checked.
dispatch clearance
Checked.
before taxi checklist complete.
Grant Ryanair 4889. Request taxi.
Clear left.
Clear right.
4889er. Taxi via Alpha Tango 6 Delta 3 to runway 16.
Via Alpha Tango 6 Delta 3 to runway 16. Ryanair 4889.
Ground Ryanair 7063. Ready to taxi.
7063. Taxi via Papa 1 Foxtrot India November Echo Romeo to gate Lima 110.
Taxi via Papa 1 Foxtrot India November Echo Romeo 2 gate Lima 110 Ryanair 7063.
RYR 4889er. Contact tower on 118.6.
118.6. Ryanair 4889. Tower, Ryanair 4889. Hold it short, runway 16.
Ryanair 4889, line up runway 16.
Lining up runway 16. Ryanair 4889.
Before takeoff checklist, please.
Flaps
Flaps 5. Green light.
stabilizer trim
6.0 units.
before takeoff checklist complete.
Before takeoff procedure.
Check. Cabin secure. Ready to go.
Approaching 16. On runway 16. Ryanair 4889, wind 160 at 6. Runway 16 cleared for takeoff.
Runway 16 cleared for takeoff. Ryanair 4889.
Set takeoff thrust.
Thrust set. $80 knots.
Checked.
V1. Rotate.
V2.
Positive rate.
Gear up.
Departure Ryanair 4889. With you passing
Engage
900
LNAV.
floodlight level
LNAV.
70.
Set flaps up speed.
Dug up.
889. Radar contact. Continue ahead of November Echo Victor Romeo 5. Mike. Departure.
Dug up
climb
is
to
set.
flight level 70.
Via November Echo Victor Romeo 5 Mike departure. Climbing to flight level 70. Ryanair 4889.
Climb and maintain flight level 220.
Climb and maintain flight level 220. Ryanair 4889.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1.
Flaps up.
Flaps up.
After takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds. On. Packs. Auto. Landing gear. Up and off. Flaps. Up. No lights. After takeoff checklist complete. Transition.
836. Climb and maintain flight level
Set
90.
standard.
Standard set. Passing flight level 058. You happy to release the cabin crew? Now.
Check. Yes.
Check.
Left turn to heading 350. Ryanair 4889.
Departure Ryanair 7153.
Okay, so you release the cabin?
Flight level 150.
7153. Roger.
Yes.
Check.
Detune the navs.
Roger. Set.
889. Contact R on 132.15.
132.15. Ryanair 4889. Ryanair 4889. With you passing flight level 150 for flight level 220.
Wait,
AG China. Identified. Follow route.
Roger. Ryanair 4889.
And London, Shuttle 7 Yankee, climbing level 290 to Manchester.
Shuttle 7 Yankee, thank you. What's your requested level?
Shuttle 7 Yankee, requesting level 370.
Shuttle 7 Yankee, would you climb initially flight level 350?
Okay, initially 350, 7 Yankee.
Zero 767, descending flight level 100 towards Lamborn, 280 knots at the moment. What speed would you like? 767, North Speed District at the moment, leave Lamborn heading 275. Heading 275 at Lamborn at airspeed 767.
(1,000 to level).
XL 3925, turn left now back to Lamborn, leave Lamborn heading 275 degrees, speed 210 knots.
Left connect to Lamborn, leave Lamborn 275, speed 210, XL 3925.
3925 confirmed, descend flight level 900.
Descending flight level 90, leaving 100, XL 3925.
Maintaining a flight level 219 on standard.
Checked.
You have control.
I have control.
Lake to Sierra Hotel, continue press the heading, report the heading.
Heading at 270.
British 803, turn left, radar heading of 230, climb flight level 160.
Head 230, flight 160.
KLM 664, contact London 128.12, goodbye.
2812, KLM 664, good evening. London, good morning, Speedbird 1 Yankee, and we're passing flight level 298, climbing flight level 350 to Polestar.
Speedbird 1 Yankee, thanks for directed Teller.
Big Teller, Speedbird 1 Yankee.
London, good morning, it's the Virgin 8, with flight level 370 to Wallace.
Virgin 8, good morning. London, hello, Speedbird 19, correct, level 370.
Stable 19 Quebec, good morning, direct to Manchester, it's a Bovington 1 Bravo for Heathrow, landing runway 27 right.
Manchester Bovington 1 Bravo 27 right, 19 Quebec, cheers.
Set up here, Berlin 7480, with you at flight level 360.
Air Berlin 7480, identified.
New Zealand 1 turn left heading 340. That's 340, New 1. Speedbird 12 November turn right heading 360, climb flight level 100. Head north, climb flight level 100, Speedbird 12 November. Shuttle 2 Golf, radar heading 360, further climb 5 miles. Heading 360, Shuttle 2 Golf. Reach 5275, contact London 135.575. 135.57, reach 5275. That's correct. London, Speedbird 2958, flight level 330 to the pole. Speedbird 2958, again.
London, good morning, Jersey EFY 223, radar heading 155, climb 290.
Sorry, Jersey 553, continue on the heading, what's your requested level?
330.
Jersey 553, roger, climb flight level 330.
330, maintain heading Jersey 523.
Shuttle 7 Yankee, contact London 131.12. 112, Shuttle 7 Yankee, bye-bye. Bye.
Wait, 4AJ China, contact on 119.87.
119.87, Ryanair 4889. Ryanair 4889, with you at flight level 220.
RYR 4889er, roger.
Speedbird 48, report you're heading to London 131.12. 131.12 is Speedbird 2193 is maintaining flight level 350. Speedbird 2193, thank you, maintain.
Are you ready for the approach brief?
Okay.
The arrival routing will be via the ATC assigned standard terminal arrival procedure, complying with all published speed and altitude restrictions. For an ILS approach, planning a flaps 30 landing. VREF is 143. Final approach fix is 2900 feet. Decision altitude is 221 feet. Missed approach altitude is 2900 feet. Taxi route will be assigned by ATC. We'll be arriving at a gate. We'll use the APU, but please delay the start until my command, as we have a long taxi in. Descent speed and navigation radius are set. Airport NOTAMs have been reviewed. Any questions, comments or concerns?
No questions.
Approach brief complete.
Good evening, Shuttle 3 Tango, 757 with the information Bravo, descending flight level 80 and clear road navigation Bovington. Shuttle 3 Tango, good evening, lead Bovington heading 125 degrees, 210 knots. Lead Bovington heading 125, 210 knots, Shuttle 3 Tango. Emirates 1, and left turn back to Lambourne now, leave Lambourne heading 275, speed 220 knots.
Left turn to Lambourne 275, leaving Lambourne and speed 220 knots, Emirates 1.
3959 Bravo, speed 220 knots now.
From the flight deck, this is the captain speaking. Just to let you know that we'll shortly be starting our descent into our destination, so I'd just like to take this final opportunity to say thank you very much for flying with us today. We hope you've had a pleasant flight, and we look forward to seeing you all again in the very near future. And please also have a safe and pleasant onward journey. Thank you all very much.
The 286 to London, 131.12, bye-bye.
13112, good idea, ma'am.
Scottish Control 3417, with you at flight level 340.
3417, roger. R488 cleared by Tango Romeo November 1 Alpha.
Cleared by Tango Romeo November 1 Alpha, Ryanair 4889.
Seabird 1, fly heading 290 degrees and climb flight level 90.
I have control.
You have control.
Alitalia 9208 London.
Right.
Alitalia 9208. Have you got an oceanic entry point change?
We are not ready to get oceanic clearance. Our entry point is down for us for the moment. 97 north, 10 west.
Roger, okay.
Descent checklist, please.
Descent checklist. Pressurization. Landing altitude is 50 feet. Recall checked. Auto brake. Level 2 set. Landing data.
VREF 143 minimums 221 feet.
Checked. Bridge briefing.
Completed.
Descent checklist complete.
Descend to flight level 280.
Descend to flight level 280, 3417.
Ryan 408, contact F6 radar 12062, goodbye. 12062, Ryanair 408, bye now. Flight 914 down to descend, flight level 110. Flight level 110, 914 down. 117 on navigation to Dunlow.
Navigation Dunlow, Lima 117.
And you're 206 on navigation exit.
I'm heading Ryanair 206, 9 plus, and we're going to stay at 290.
Are you requesting higher?
I think we'll stay here now, 9 plus, Ryanair 206.
Okay. Nine 57, front left heading 310.
0, United 957.
Speedboard 117, front left heading 310.
310, Speedboard 117. London, good morning, Sabina 11 X-ray, level 310, he found to Hardy.
Sabina 11 X-ray, good morning.
RY48889er, follow route.
Ryanair 4889er.
RY48889er, contact R on 118.77.
118.77. Ryanair 4889er. Ryanair 4889er, requesting to descend.
Ryanair 4889er, descend to flight level 150, speed 2250.
Descend into flight level 150, speed 250. Ryanair 4889er. Ryanair 4889er, with you, passing flight level 200 for flight level 150.
Ryanair 4889er, identified. Continue via the arrival
via Tango Romeo November 1 Alpha. Ryanair 4889er.
Rebirth 1, fly heading 290 degrees and climb flight level 90.
Cabin crew, prepare for landing.
Good afternoon, flight level 296, climbing flight level 310, radar heading 330, requesting flight level 330.
Student 5 with you, Roger, just maintain level 310 for the moment. Upon reaching, continue on the heading, call you back.
But to maintain flight level 310 on reaching and maintain speedboard 5.
Virgin 5 with the navigation director Mike Charlie Tango.
Correct, Mike Charlie Tango, Manchester, Virgin 5.
9 Bravo, continue climb level 370.
Climb flight level 370, Chef 9 Bravo.
After 7514, thank you, maintain 140. It's the Big Inlet 3 Bravo for northbound.
Big Inlet 3 Bravo for northbound.
Ryanair 4889, descend to flight level 110.
Descending to flight level 110. Ryanair 4889.
Copter 844, contact Thames, radar 132.7. Good day.
327, Mapper by contact 44.
On navigation to Margot.
Derek Mark, Charlie 6 Lima.
Charlie 756 on navigation to Margot.
Margot, duty 756.
Ryanair 4889, descend to 6000, QNH 1029.
Descending to 6000, Ryanair 4889.
Ryanair 4889, turn right heading 035.
Right turn heading 035, Ryanair 4889.
Kilo 6 Lima, contact Scottish 129.22, goodbye. Charlie 756, contact London 131.12, goodbye.
756, 3112.
Ryanair 4889, descend to 6000, contact approach on 119.1.
Descending to 6000, 119.1, Ryanair 4889. Approach, Ryanair 4889, with you passing flight level 130 for 6000.
Ryanair 488, continue via the arrival, expect vectors to ILS, approach runway 23, maintain present heading.
Via the arrival, expect vectors for ILS, approach runway 23, maintain present heading. Ryanair 4889.